start with the introduction. So, as you know, my name is Sudarshan. I am the trainer here for Dynamics 365 CRM, and talking about my experience, I have close to 15 years of experience into the domain of IT and development and project management and product management, basically product consulting. Okay, so that's how I came into this product almost 12 years back when I started working on this project. And as part of my today's day-to-day work, I used to take classes as well. So that's my introduction. Okay, guys. So let me begin with the introduction session. This today's session won't be too heavy. I'll give you the introduction on the CRM part. What is the CRM and how this overall uh, training will go. Okay, CRM. Basically, this is just a public website. To start with, what is CRM? CRM is actually a concept, uh, fundamental, combining processes which helps executing or which helps in running any organization's work, specifically when the organization needs to deal with the end customer. And it's not like one or two customers, where the main purpose of the organization is to connect with customers, address customers, okay, or it's a customer centric organization. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. So that's why I said it's not a tool by default, it's a concept, it's a theory which contains lots of processes that how any organization who is always having a nature of business to work to interact with customers can do. And that's where Microsoft also has created a product called as Dynamics CRM, Dynamics Customer Relationship Management. Okay, to give you the present context of what is called as Dynamics 365, I would like to take you in the past as well to give you a little bit about the journey of how Microsoft has reached here to Dynamics 365. Basically, basically what happened, um, just give me a moment. So there was a time, I would say 10 years back, when Microsoft started this product by the name Dynamics CRM or customer engagement actually. Okay. There was nothing called as Dynamics 365. There was one product which caters to the customers called as Dynamics CRM. There was another product of Microsoft called as Dynamics ERP under the ERP category, basically called as Exapta and Navision. And that's where during the course of time in last 10 years, Microsoft has evolved their product, enhanced their product a lot by understanding the nature of business and how the industries are moving, how industries are adapting to the products, adapting to the technology for their digital transformation. And that's where today Microsoft is having a product, not CRM, not ERP, not Exacta. They are having a product called Dynamics 365. Now, what is this Dynamics 365? Basically, earlier, their product called as CRM contains three modules: sales, customer service, marketing. Their ERP product called Exapta contains again few modules like finance, like operations, supply chain management, inventory management, like that. But whenever any organization wants to buy a CRM, they by default get all the three modules: sales, customer service, marketing. And when they go for ERP, except they by default get all the modules which are part of the ERP. And that's where, by understanding the requirement of the customers, by understanding the requirement of the organization, Microsoft thought that why every organization needs to buy all the three products if they require only one product. And that's where Microsoft today has a bundle of products under the umbrella called as Dynamics 365. So umbrella is Dynamics 365 now, as on today, contains what? It contains multiple products into different categories. So under the customer experience, and they have created a categories also based on how the industries are evolving, how industries are looking into the Microsoft's product. For example, today, whenever there is any customer oriented organization is, okay, they have a very deep focus on understanding the customer, the nature of customer, the data they wanted to analyze, whatever data they are capturing for the customer from the customer. Okay. So that's where Microsoft has created these as category. This these category keeps on changing. So it's not like today, if you are seeing these five categories, tomorrow it may be four, mixing the product under them into some different categories like that. But when it comes to product, so there is a product which now is called as not product but apps. So today we are in a world where we use apps a lot, be it any platform, browser, desktop, mobile, tablet, anywhere. Okay. So that's where Microsoft has sales app, which focus on dedicatedly any organization who is into the sales of either a product or a service, irrespective. Okay. Then under the customer experience, we have customer insights. Then service, we have customer service, contact center, field service. Under supply chain, we have supply chain management, guides, commerce. Under finance, we have finance, project operations, human resources, and then for SMBs, we have a ERP, small ERP called as Business Central. It's small, not from the capabilities point of view, but it's small from the number of transactions a organization wants to do in the product from that context. Okay, so these are the complete suite of Dynamics 365. Earlier, these are segregated. Some are from ERP, some are from CRM, and that's why today there is nothing called as ERP or CRM. There is one thing called as Dynamics 365. I'll take a pause. Anyone, any questions still here?
Yep, no.
Okay. Guys, you can unmute yourself and try to interact. Try to tell if there are any questions. Stop me if you feel like, okay, you are not able to understand anything or you have any questions. Okay. The more the session would be interactive, the more you'll learn. Okay. Now, what kind of organizations? The second question is what kind of organizations generally use this? So basically, when you go into the industries, there are two type of industries which generally use these products, or which generally I would say work on these products. One, who are the consumer of these products. Second, who are the implementation organization for these products. Okay, so consumers are basically who ask the other organizations to do the implementation of any of these products for their organization. An implementation company is a company who generally takes such requirement as a project from different customers and then do the implementation. Depending upon the depth of the project, it may vary from 6 months to 2 years to 1 year, like that. Okay. Now, which are these companies basically? The companies like, let's say, Airtel. Okay, one of the company who deals intensively and interact intensively with the customers. Okay, their customer set is the end customer. Okay, but it's not only the end customer. They such big companies like Airtel is one of them are not only work in one particular domain. They generally work in two, three, or multiple models. Primarily, there are two models of engagement with the customers or with the within the business. One is called as B2B, business to business. Okay. Another is called as B2C, business to consumers. The CRM, the sales part, the customer service part deals in both type of models. Okay. Organizations like Airtel, I should not say that okay, it works only in B2C. Basically, they do work in B2C as well as B2B. Okay, they go to organizations telling that okay, take our complete suite of network where you'll get each and everything from data, from wireless network to the handheld devices with the phone, everything. And they do also go to end consumers, end customers, also individual person. Okay, that okay, if you wanted to use our network, our products for your home, you can use it. Correct? That's why they work in both the model. Okay. Now, what's our focus while we go on with the training? Okay. Basically, I'll give you a little bit about the training, little insights about the training as well now. Basically, this CRM piece uh, and our focus on the training would be on two products: sales, customer service. Okay. And this overall CRM piece is basically, I would say, has two parts. One is the technical, another is the functional. Okay, functional is basically where all the products that Microsoft has created has been created by lots of research and R&D has been done on the processes, and that's where these products are too vast when it comes to functionality. So one should know how the product actually works without customization. Whatever product Microsoft is giving, how that as its product works actually. Okay, that is why the functional part is very important. Where I will teach you that okay, what is the functionality behind sales app, what is the functionality behind customer service app, as well as based on my experience, I will also share with you that okay, how in different industry verticals the same product can be fit in. Okay, that's one thing. Then comes technical part. Technical is important when you understand that okay, there is an organization who wants to use, let's say, for an example, sales app, but not exactly the way Microsoft is giving. But they wanted to do some sort of changes or additional process or additional process they wanted to add. That is where the technical part comes into picture. Now, for the ease of understanding of the students, I have it's my definition and my way where I have divided the technical part further into two parts. One is called as configuration, another is called as customization. Sometimes people say configuration, customization together. So, and then the third one is called as extending. Okay, so that's how I have divided it into three parts. configuration, customization, and extending. Configuration means whatever is available in the product, let's say whatever is available in the sales product, you wanted to just change few things in that. Okay, change as in just alter the layout, alter the view. Okay, add more. I would say more fields. All these are configurations. There are other parts also when it comes to configuration. That is basically some settings, um, personal settings, advanced settings. There are a lot of settings also which is required. All these things comes as part of configuration. You are configuring the system so that it will run based on the requirement of the customer, but without addition of any new thing. Okay, new thing as in without addition of, let's say, any new form, new table, new column, nothing, no new addition. That is configuration. Now, when it comes to customization, that's where you have the option to create new tables, new relationship between the tables, new columns, views, charts, everything. Based on the requirement of customer, you can do that. All that comes as part of customization. Okay. Then comes the third part, which is extending, where you will obviously add new things into the system, but that particular extending part requires the the coding, understanding the JavaScript coding, how we can write a JavaScript coding for CRM, how we can write a plugin for CRM, how we can do the debugging of the bots. All these things comes as part of the extending, and together configuration, customization, extending together is the technical part. Okay. So that is how we will going to cover this whole training end to end, which will cover your dynamic CRM. Yes, the focus is on dynamic CRM, not on Power Platform. But somehow what happens, this dynamic CRM and Power Platform has some capabilities which are mixed. Okay, so that's why we will going to cover it from Power Platform side as well, because see, everybody who is here doing the training has a mindset to get a job into this or a project into this. So from that per se, yes, for that per se, yes, we need to know Power Platform as well, because in today's world, in today's time, in the market, Power Platform is something which is very much in demand, I would say. Okay. Power Platform also contains multiple products. Our focus in the Power Platform would be model-driven app and Power Automate, not anything else. Okay, because these two things are related with dynamic CRM. Secondly, what happened as part of, I would say, practice, I will give you some tasks. After completing few concepts, I will give you some tasks that you can perform in your environment. Everybody will get their own environment, and once those tasks will be there, you'll perform, and then we will understand and address the questions, the queries around that. That is another thing. Okay. The overall duration that I am expecting is roughly from 40 to 45 days. That is what I have targeted. I have seen when I have taken classes earlier as well that maximum 45 days, depending upon people are not missing the class, too many classes. So we will be able to cover it up. Okay. And how the pace of the class would be based on that also. Sometimes it goes within 40, sometimes it goes to 50. So from the time per se, it's not a very strict timeline that I follow that, okay, only 40 days and not beyond that. Okay, it's pretty much flexible at my end as well, and that's how the timeline you can think of from for this training, where it tells you actually that okay, how different customers have used different products, let's say sales or customer service, or together combining two three products to achieve a particular business requirement. And that way it will help you to understand okay, this is how they have achieved it. So in these lines I have to think and then do the I would say practice on the product.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah. See, it's like after let's say completing 15 classes, okay, or 20, I will say, okay, your function is done now. Start thinking about some industry vertical. To give an example, maybe there is a vertical called as education. Okay. Now, education vertical is something where every institute, every university needs to interact with millions of students, their inquiries, their data with respect to the marks, and then they go on a complete enrollment process. That's one industry vertical where this CRM fits in. Another could be real estate. Okay. Another could be credit card department in the banking sector. I'm just taking one department, credit card, but there could be any other also. Okay, some becomes complex. If I say, okay, take a exact banking one become a lot of complex. You have to know the know-how of how the banking industry works. But credit card is pretty much simple. Everybody know that okay, every here and now you get a call from a customer care representative that we are selling this credit card, that credit card. Are you interested or like that? Everybody has experience. So that is where people can relate to the real life scenarios and situations to understand how this product best fit in. And that is what we will going to discuss. Yes, Zaki.
Is there something for public sector also, like government or um,
See, government thing is definitely government is using this product as well. But you see, public sector, discussing anything around public sector is a bit of tricky. Everybody might not be aware about each and everything when it comes to the public sector. Okay. And the information is also not so freely available when it comes to public sector. That is why we generally refrain from any discussions, anything around any organization which is in the public sector.
okay,
Okay. But more or less it fits in. Like I'm talking about banking sector, credit card. Whatever flow you will and we will discuss holds true if we go for a government bank as well, government banking system as well. Correct. So that's how it is like more or less similar. Education. What I am talking about, let's say a private university enrollment process will hold true more or less on the government university as well. Maybe a one or more additional process because it's a government university. Okay, maybe not.
yeah, might be because might be some entities are same
As
throughout,
far
like
as I know,
contract.
definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yes, please.
Well, the-
As far as I know, Jakit, it is being used in US government projects definitely because I interacted with a couple of clients, so they were actively using the in US government projects. So they do also use for healthcare, customer service, sales. In fact, they use more than one module. Also, they have their own teams actually. I'm not completely sure about India, but in US and in other countries, they definitely use Dynamics as government projects.
thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Dipti. So I can see, Dipti, you have shared your contact details. Ravish has shared. Rest other people would request you to share the details so that any further communication that needs to happen should be possible. Okay. Also, one more thing, today because it's a demo session, so that is why I have conducted it at 8 a.m. But generally, and I would like to know from you as well, generally I prefer 7 to 8 a.m. morning. So if that is good, that's how the time would be 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Okay.
Actually, 7:30 is okay, Sudarshan, because like till 7:30 I'm little occupied. So
I am
in fact,
sorry, but um, I have other commitments as well. So 7 to 8 is pretty much
okay,
fine with me, but otherwise it would be difficult.
okay,
Yeah,
What is the timing you mentioned, Sudarshan?
7 a.m. to 8 a.m.
Okay.
weekdays, Monday to Friday.
Oh,
Okay. Yes, please. So good to know, Deepti, Zaki, you have lots of questions and you are asking as well. I would like to encourage other people as well. So any other questions or any questions, any doubts you have, please ask me. Please unmute yourself and let me know so that I can address these doubts as well. No questions, no doubts. Timings are challenging. Um, so that's I mean, maybe you can connect with Visual Paths and we can see what we can do. Not possible 8:30 a.m. Basically, it would be 7 to 8 a.m. at least for this batch.
no, 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 not 8:30. I'm saying like 7:30 or at
No,
least
no,
7:15.
no, no. Dipti, I'm actually referring to the chat. Venkat has said,
Okay,
and he's saying the timings are challenging, and can it be 8:30 a.m.? So I'm addressing to Venkat chat that yeah, it might not work. Okay. So what happened? I mean, next time onwards, whenever you all are ready and going for the class, we will going to start with how you can actually spin up your environment. Okay, and that is where we you will going to see something like this. Uh, these are called as environment admin center, power platform admin center. For CRM, also the configuration, some part of configuration is being managed from Power Platform Admin Center. So you'll see sales, and here you're going to see the sales app, and similarly, we're going to work on customer service app as well. So allow me time, and that's where actually Prerna from Visual Path requested everybody to share the email address and mobile number so that I will share the detailed course content with you all, okay, which contains the functional part, what's going to cover in the functional, in the technical, everything with an approx timeline. Okay, I don't say that okay, it will be a strict timeline, but yeah, it's the approx timeline, approx hour that I will cover, and then depending upon how quickly people are addressing and receiving the functional part, we can spend more time on the technical and vice versa. But yes, it is uh, good to know from everybody's standpoint that okay, how much time is going to be spent into which particular area. So I would again encourage, please drop your email ID, phone numbers here on the chat so that we can able to share the detailed agenda, detailed training course content with you.
the reason I was asking is because few online courses when I have attended, what happens
Mhm.
is that like people, the trainer spends a lot of time on certain parts, like say suppose functional part, a lot of time is spent, and the
Mm-hmm.
technical part, which because we most of us are towards like I mean both obviously functional and technical is important both, but
Mm-hmm.
we will be working more on technical, and if that gets squeezed up and just rush through, then it becomes challenging for us as students to get into the details and picking up because these are all new for us. The screens
Agree.
are new, the
True.
technology itself is
Mm-hmm.
new to us. So and the thing is that because we all are looking into getting on to a job related with Dynamics, so we
Mm-hmm.
want to be as prepared as possible when we look for opportunities, and we shouldn't have any gaps or loopholes where we didn't understand things or we missed out on things. Or,
Okay, makes sense. And that's where I will also ensure at least you will know each and everything what I am teaching you from the job context only, not just from the learning point of view. Now, coming to your question, when you have experienced, most people have spent more time on functional versus technical. I would upfrontly say maybe you'll feel the same if you calculate and see that okay, how much time devoted to technical versus functional here in this course. But there's a reason behind that also. If I talk about the functionality of a sales app and function and teaching you the functionality of a customer service app, so the functionally both the two apps are different. Okay, but when it comes to technical part, uh, then there are many things which are same irrespective of whether you are using sales or whether you are using customer service. So if I'm
right.
teaching you that okay, how to create table, relationship, column, or how to write a code, then that will remain same whether you are using it in sales or customer service. And for that matter, even after getting into job, you'll learn other modules as well. There are multiple modules. It's not just sales and customer service. But in demand, yes, these are the two. So there are other modules also. In that also, the technical will remain same. So that is where maybe the scenario is you'll end up while you'll go through the course, or even when I'll share the course content, you'll end up seeing that okay, functional we are spending more time versus the technical. But the main reason behind it is this. Functionally, if I'm teaching you about two apps, the two apps functional is different. But technically, whatever I will teach will hold true for not only two apps, but for rest of the apps also, which are part of the Dynamics 365 customer engagement or CRM.
I agree. I mean, I'm not like I understand the importance
Yeah.
of functional part, and I got what your point is. I mean, because and the only thing I'm trying to uh, the concern which I have is that uh, like as we proceed and
Mm-hmm.
it shouldn't happen that at the end we are trying to squeeze into because
No,
time
no, no,
constraint and
no. So that is what I said. Uh, Everybody need to have a thought in mind that okay, what's the minimum time I need to devote for this training? So I have given 40 to 45 hours. Okay, so that you all should also be prepared. Um, that okay, this is minimum we require when we are going into this course, this training. Now, maybe if we see like, okay, we are depending upon pace, depending upon multiple factors, we require not 45 days, maybe 50 days, for example. Okay, so we will do that. It's not about, okay, it's a hard 45 days stop where beyond 45 days it cannot go. So with me, it never be like I'm squeezing the topic just because I have to cover it within 45 days. Okay, great. So I have Abhishek's email ID, mobile number, and then we have Deepti and Ravi. Three of you have given the email ID. Hopefully, uh, Visual Path Prerna, which okay, she will connect with you. You can connect with her as well, and in another 1 or 2 days, you will receive a detailed course content from me only. Me as in I will share it to Visual Path, and Visual Path will then further communicate to rest of the people. Okay, over the email. Okay, we got Ashok as well, Abhishek as well. Good. Zaki also. Good, 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 good. Yes, please. Any further questions you have? Anyone? So I have one, two, three, four, five. Five people have given me the details. Shiva, request you to give the contact details as well, the contact number. That would be helpful. Sure. Thanks, Shiva. Okay. So, is there anyone else who would like to share their contact details? Krishna. Okay. So, with that, we can wrap today's session. Hope I have addressed few of your concerns and queries which are there while starting with new course with a new training, and we'll meet again.